We'll once again be establishing another public health emergency and maintaining the statewide mask mandate requirement for another 60 days.
Governor Evers has declared another COVID-19 public health emergency, extending the statewide mask requirement for 60 days. It had been set to expire next week. Welcome back to Upfront. Even though Republicans have still not agreed to a new COVID relief bill, they are knocking the Evers administration for a vaccine rollout they call woefully inadequate. Speaker Robin Vos and Assembly Majority Leader Jim Steineke sent a letter to the governor saying there is widespread confusion and a lack of both urgency and a comprehensive plan.
But we've known a vaccine was coming for months. And here we sit 10 weeks out from when we first started talking about having an actual vaccine rollout, and we basically are no further ahead than we were when we began, other than the fact that the feds have started to get vaccines to Wisconsin. So we certainly should do a better job.
Republicans also criticized that the governor did not focus more on the vaccine during his State of the State address and instead talked more about broadband. The Assembly Health Committee held a hearing Thursday on vaccine distribution and quiz leaders of state medical groups and the Department of Health Services.
A lot of the conversation coming out of the administration has been that, it's going to be June or July or sometime in summer before we're to the point where we can start mass vaccination of the general public. And, that's just unacceptable.
A Department of Health Services official said the state isn't getting vaccine shipments fast enough.
Folks are moving as quickly as they can throughout the course of the week. But I hear you and I agree with you. We very much want to be moving faster.
Some governors are complaining about the pace of vaccine delivery and say the Trump administration lied to them about how much vaccine they should expect. On Friday, Governor Evers and the governors of Michigan and Minnesota signed a letter asking to be able to buy vaccine directly from manufacturers. Our Matt Smith asked the governor Wednesday about his administration's COVID vaccination plans.
Curious for Wisconsinites at this point who are waiting on this vaccine. Why should they have faith in the administration and state health officials that you guys know what you're doing at this point?
Well, we believe that we're doing a pretty good job, frankly. The issue is that, expectations are high, which is great. I'm really happy that people really want to get the vaccine. That is how we're going to end this thing. People need patience, and I know that is difficult, but we were hamstrung a bit by the federal government right from the get-go when they said, half of your allocation, especially for our nursing home patients and assisted living, are set in a lockbox someplace else, and you can't use them until you have 2 doses in your hands.
And to that, the federal government now saying vaccinate 65 and plus seemingly immediately. When will that begin here?
Well, that we have that group of scientists that advise us on that, and I know they have looked at that group as being in the very near future. But I'll tell you what, I don't want us to be like Florida, where they just say, okay, everybody come on in.
You look to other states, though, Governor, like Arizona, they're running 24/7. There's online databases where you can sign up for the vaccine. Some are vaccinating 65 and plus. Now, why is none of that happening here?
Well, as I said, we are hamstrung by the federal government's insistence that 2 doses had to be in place, and they were not in place, so we couldn't access that, and so that was a major problem, and that's been resolved. And we will be contracting with a vendor that will give us. We're finalizing that today. That will give us that resource so that people can sign up, so that they don't have to wait in lines that go on forever, and so we'll be in a better place.
Upfront's Matt Smith joining us now. Matt, I'm glad you were able to get a little bit of time with the governor. So how much vaccine has the state administered compared to what they've received?
So as of Friday, state health officials say about 52% of the shipment has been administered. They also say, keep in mind, as they've talked about, a lot of the rest of that is being saved for the pharmacy program for nursing homes. That number is about $197,000. And the Department of Health has really been trying to hammer that point in the last week or so.
Right. I've heard that a lot as well. I think this group of people 65 and up, that's a group that's getting a lot of attention. Do we know when they could get the vaccine here in Wisconsin?
We don't specifically, especially with the new federal guidelines from this past week to move up. State health officials are now saying they're talking about that, but in the latest recommendations, they are not in the next group. They are in 1C, so we're going to have to see what happens. There's no final date on that yet.
Okay, the Republicans really pushing back.
Yeah.
Thank you. The governor says a mobile vaccination program will start Tuesday. There will be 9 mobile vaccination teams to start, staffed by the National Guard and UW pharmacy and nursing students. President-elect Joe Biden unveiled his COVID action plan he calls the $1.9 trillion proposal, American Rescue Plan. It would meet President-elect Biden's goal of administering 100 million vaccines by the 100th day of his administration. It also includes $1,400 checks for most Americans, which, on top of the $600 provided in the most recent COVID bill, brings total relief to $2,000 for individuals. Next, another controversial aspect of the COVID-19 vaccination plan, vaccinating prison inmates.